Ciao nice people! Welcome on this new streaming. We are finally back on Katawa Shoujo. Here we are. I should retract my hand. Nice. It's more than, well, we skipped a week, so it was kinda a long wait after all. We are gonna try to make up for the time. Not really. I play until I feel I'm getting tired. Also, if I get tired, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing anyways. Again, we have all the time of the world. It's not like I'm escaping anywhere. So, what happened last time? Oh, it was a long... oh, I skipped a week, so it's harder to remember, but... yeah, we called Lily because we were missing her. Because she's on England and we are not, apparently. And hello, Fado! Nice to see you there. We just started. I tried to remember what we did last time, but I think we just had the narration arc of Lily missing. Yeah, we called her 2 times last time. First one is to get help on Hanako, and second time because we were missing her, of course. And this is the next day. Right? Okay. So, he goes to sleep and we start with a new day. I hope she returns soon because we are playing the Lily route without Lily. I sit listening to another of Mutu's long-winded lectures, my mind wandering far from the scribbles of the dirty blackboard. Long-winded is long, but I never know the exact definition of winded. Also because I remember there was a quote somewhere about a wind-up. Oh, hi Zor, nice to see you there. We just started. We try to remember what happened last time. Difficulty briefing? No, not really. Winded. No, long. Maybe that's another meaning for it. Wait. Okay, yeah. Continuing at tedious length. Weird how it's completely different from winded, the long-winded. Oh well. We save it and let's go. Since I called Lily, my mind has been drawn in 2 directions. But roughly led to the same conclusion. I've started to feel oddly detached from my past life. Well, that's a... maybe it's not inherently a bad thing, right? It's only been a month and a half since I arrived here, yet this school has become a second home. I've gained new friends and contacts, managed to get to grip with the school lifestyle and culture, and become accustomed to the quirks of my classmates. To become used to a school where disabilities are the norm, rather than the rare exception, still catches me off guard sometimes when I think of it. The same school that's populated with burn victims, amputees, the blind, the deaf, and all manner of disabilities in between. If someone had described the school to me before I'd come, I'd have struggled it off as an overactive imagination. Even when I first arrived, I felt like the Dutch coming to this strange new land for the first time. It's amazing how quickly one becomes used to the environment they are forced to live. And now I even found someone that's got me entirely smitten. Wait. Let's go. Smitten. Strike with a firm blow. Strongly attracted. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Why not save this one too? What a strange life. Before my mind can wander any further though, I find a page of lined paper slipped under my distracted face. Let me guess, Misha again. The garish, bright pink ink has no doubt been penned by Misha. I knew. Why the... Does any character have a pen of its color? Misha, this is a robbery. No, Misha, I'm already poor in my heart for the lack of Lilly, please. Then looks about Hichan. School is nearly over. 3-day holiday. It's nothing. Alright, we get Saturday and Monday off. I still can't fathom how anyone can go to school even on Saturdays. Okay, I guess less hours during the week, but isn't it better to have the entire weekend off? I really don't get it. Can't complain about having less school, I suppose. Hey, also, university, at least the one I had the free weekend, so why the university where you should be more experienced with life, you do less days than elementary school? I don't see the meaning of it. Okay, in elementary school you don't have anything to do, but I still find it weird. Can't complain about having less school, I suppose. I uncap my pen and scribble on the page before covertly passing it back to her, flicking my eyes to the front of the class every now and then. Mutu continues scrolling away arcane equations and formulas on the board. Covertly, I suppose it's secretly. Why not checking? Covertly, without being openly acknowledged or displayed. Yeah, okay, by hiding it, of course. I'm guessing you have something planned? Misha takes the paper back and hunches over it comically, even for her, with her tongue poking through the side of her mouth. Did she misinterpret my expression as depressed, and is she trying to cheer me up? Aww. Maybe next time we are going for Misha, I don't know. Mutu, so about this 15 plus 18? Again. We had this discussion last time. Student council work with Shichan, of course. No, I'm out. 9 plus 10, 21. Of course. You're not still brooding over that, surely? But, that was him. But Hichan could have helped us poor, lonely girls. I'd lend you a hand for today if I weren't going to be busy. Ah, naughty Hichan! Well, in another context, maybe. I'm just going to meet Lilly with Hanako. Ah, she's returning back. She's coming back. Nice. I don't know what you've got going through your head. So Lily's back? Yeah, she's coming on the evening flight with her sister, so she'll be back in school next week. The game we didn't know it beforehand, so we are getting to know this through papers. Interesting. As she takes the note back and begins to write, I look up to see an unwelcome sight. Oh no! The teacher found me! No! While I frantically try to silently catch Misha's attention, Muto confidently strides through the gap between the desks from the front of the class. His intent gaze focused directly on her. Misha is in trouble! She suddenly stops writing as his tall figure casts an impossibly long shadow over the page. I rip Misha. And now her root gets deleted from the game. He suddenly takes the piece of paper from her and begins to read. Sweating bullets, I quickly glance around the class, noting their complete silence. Of course, it would just have to be the one thing that actually gets their attention during the lesson. Resting grill. Never forget the grill. That's another girl. Is she ever not in trouble? Mental trouble, maybe, I don't know. Never forget the drill. Drill is correct. Based on her hairstyle, mainly. After a scant few seconds examining the page, he rolls the paper up into a small tube and lightly bops Misha over the head with it. Bonk! Half an hour until you can hop off to the student council. I think you can hold off until then. Misha's face cracks as the entire class erupts into laughter. He might well be awkward, but he knows how to handle her excellently. I'd probably feel sorry for her if I weren't as busy stifling my own laughter. Okay, at least Misha didn't got in trouble that much. Is that one it? No, I think that's some foreign airline. And so, the third aircraft they are not on comes into land. For the past half an hour, we've been whiling away the time with small snippets of pointless chatter. Lilly and Akira's flight have been delayed. Wait, is this a Trenitalia reference? We're not suddenly in Italy, right? Is this really Japan? I'm not believing it. That's not Japan, this is Italy. And at this rate, it will probably be dark before the plane arrives. Is that one it? No, the company colors are wrong. Now they're expert on the colors too. Hanako eyes flutter left and right, following the trickle of people in and out of the huge glass doors ahead of us. Fortunately, nobody pays her much heed, their attention apparently directed towards greater things. I love how Hanako is changing position. Maybe that one is it? No, I think that's... Hold a minute, I think that one might be it after all. It takes still some more time before the billboard changes their flight status to disembarking. A loud yawn sneaks up on me, not allowing enough time to stifle it. My sleep patterns have once again been all over the place, likely due to a mix of worrying about Hanako and the side effects of my medications. I have a meme in mind, like a combination, like the Goku meme of, I know it's strong, let me fight it. In combination with what he said. Like, I heard your denial is strong, let me fight it. Here it's, instead of Goku, there's the Dark Souls character. The Dark Souls character comes and says, I heard you have a peculiar sleep pattern, let me fight it. And then, what the fuck? Because the joke is, there is the boss pattern in Dark Souls that players are expert in. Oh, I don't know, sounded... could have potential for a meme. He's over there. That's Danban over there. Ah no, wait, that's Lilly. I look at Hanako, then follow her gaze to the airport door. Oh, Lilly, they're here! Really? Here they are, yeah! We all call out to each other in greeting, quickly shuffling over to the side to avoid blocking the passage of others. Lilly! Hanako jumps forward to hug Lilly, a wide smile on her face, being all that's needed to see her happiness at Lilly's return. Lilly simply smiles in return, her voice soft. It's wonderful to meet you again, Hanako. Can I... Don't leave me with the other one. I want to hug Lilly too. As the two give each other a hug, well deserved after all that's happened while she was gone, I turn to Akira. Yo Akira! Wait, I feel some connection. Let me screenshot this one. Nice. Yo Akira! Yo, Okay, listen. Every girl is a best girl here. Akira kinda comes after the other girls for me, but if the price for dating her would be to dress as a fanboy, I wouldn't let the opportunity go away, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're pretty late. Yeah, there was a really bad storm over the airport. We got drenched just going from the car to the door. I guess you'll appreciate the weather here more then. Welcome back to you too, Lilly. Hanako breaks off from Lilly as I speak. For a long time, neither of us say a word. Contrary to what I thought her homecoming would be like, the atmosphere feels awkward, almost stifling. Both of us try to guess each other's feeling, not quite sure about what should be said. Well, for Lilly it's hard to understand one's feeling without the voice. Damn, this is exactly what I feared when I thought of trying to move things forward between us. Lilly runs her hand through her fair hair and awkwardly twirls one of her bangs in her finger, clearly trying to think of how best to react. Eventually, thankfully, Lilly gives a small sigh and breaks the silence. Thank you, Isao. It's nice to be back. Are you okay? You look tired. Evidently not recollecting herself all that well, she quickly waves her hand in front of her face to stave off any concern Hanako may have over her. Stave off is another new, wait. Stave off. Pretend something bad from affecting you for a period of time. Delay something. Okay. Nice to know. Screenshot. Akira. Bro, get a room already. Well, I think we're still early for censoring things. But I think Akira is already on it. No, not Hanako though. Hanako doesn't know. I'm okay, really. It's just of a bit of a jet lag. Is it lag or is it skill issue? Stop blaming the lag, okay? Weak. Yeah, I agree with Akira again. You don't have any? She simply gives a big grin, puffing out her modest chest. Does she have any? Lilly, I have 200 ping, mate. Yeah, maybe the server is still in England. I don't know. I feel absolutely fine. That's not fair. Very well. You shouldn't take too long to get rid of it. That's right, Isao. Yeah? Don't we have a holiday from school soon? Wow, what a luxury. They go on vacation, they return back, and the school is in vacation. Wow, perfect timing. Had I forgotten if Misha hadn't reminded me this morning? We've got a 3-day weekend starting from tomorrow. Akira playfully bumps her elbow lightly into Lilly's side, grinning. Told ya you wouldn't miss it. You have something planned? If neither you nor Hanako are busy? I got no plans, so something to do would be appreciated. Hanako? No, nothing. That's good. I was thinking we could go to my family's summer house for a bit of quiet over the break. We rarely use it recently too, so we'd have to dust things off a little while we are here. We are going to a summer house together. I don't know why I feel like Akira may plan something like we may accidentally end up in the same room with Lilly. I don't know. I feel like Akira is plotting something. Oh, where is it? Up north in Hokkaido. The place is practically deserted. It should be a nice quiet break for you guys. You're not coming? Nah, got a little holiday of my own set up with my boyfriend. I lower my eyes at her, suspicious of her intentions. Yeah, I'm not the only one suspecting her. It sounds like we are just cleaning up the summer house for you. That's perhaps a wide conclusion. What's the summertime, the samurai house? Both of us, 0 in Onaki. Oh, 0 in, that's new for me. Direct all of our attention to. Maybe it's, why 0 in? To take aim, focus attention. Why the 0 in though? 0, like 0 in means from 0 you go to something. You start, 0 means starting and the in is the target. I could see it, but that's just kinda weird. Interesting though, pretty interesting. It's a reference to the 0 coordinates. Ah, okay. Okay, now makes a lot of more sense. Thanks, that's pretty cool. Her face somewhat evasive. Looks like we were right. If something is at your 0 position, means it's in the center of your view. Ah. Okay, yeah, like target at 9 o'clock, for example. Target at 0. Okay, okay. I didn't think it that way. That's just a convenient bonus. Really? Me and the guy left it in pretty good condition last we were there. I promise. Now then, I'm out of here. Ready? Akira. She quickly turns and walks away, her hand held high. See ya in few days, guys! Lilly and I can only sigh at her hasty retreat. It does sound like it would be a nice place to go. Lilly gives an enthusiastic nod, taking her carry bag in one hand and placing her other on Hanako's shoulder for guidance as we begin to make our way to the taxi area. After the fracas of the past day, I remember fracas, it's the chaos, the noise. Or, yeah, spending a weekend in the country alone with her and Hanako sounds like a dream. The more I think about it, the more sure I am. This would be the right time and place to confess my feelings to her. You can do it! I root for you. Do we get a time skip or... I hope for the time skip. Time skip! Yay! The morning chill wraps itself around my shivering body. I huff into my cupped hands to desperately try and stave off the cold as we mill about on the station platform. I think we already reached the... We already got the mill about. Probably is do nothing, stall for time, no, well... Mill. I suppose mill is to move in a confused mass. But mill about is probably something more being idle. Mill about. Move about in a confused manner. Yeah, it's like to mill. Slightly different though. Let me save, let's go. I huff into my cupped hands to tie it off. Okay, reread this one. Lilly's clothing looks rather ill-suited for the temperature around us. I can only hope it's indicative of what she expects the weather to be like at our destination. Well, Hokkaido is kinda cold. I know from the anime. Damn it, Lilly, why did we have to get here so early? Unfortunately, the train schedule is against us. The next train to Hokkaido is at 2 in the afternoon. Great, just great. I pause a moment to wipe some sleep out of my eyes. And Lilly promptly takes advantage of the opening. Cheer up, Isao. Once we get there, it will be much warmer. Oh, why not just take the bullet train? A normal train is going to take hours to get us there, so we may as well take the Shinkansen line, as far north as it goes, and just switch at the end. There's a certain charm to older trains. Wouldn't you agree? I suppose I only travel with old trains anyway, since in Italy Train Italia never updates the trains. That's why they broke all the time. They break all the time. I remember when I go in vacation to Croatia with my friends for camping, we always take an old train, which has only like 4 wagons. 4 pieces. That's kinda slow. It also stops midway 2 times for a police check for documents. It's kinda enjoyable, the ride. It's not too fast, so it takes long, but it's a good time to read some book, play with the friends, whatever you play on a train. It was a lot of time ago though. I'd agree if I weren't freezing in the morning cold before we decided to take one. I'm sorry, Isao. Sorry? What for? I was the one who suggested taking a normal train. Suddenly I'm fine. Oh, I love getting cold. Yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Well, I would be the same with Lilly, never mind. Oh, gacha pull for Fado, let's go. Oh. Which button was it? I forgot the button. G, okay. And you got Valdet! Ooh, epic character! Congratulations! Anakusa fire type, of course, she's fine. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Well, we agreed she's the fire type. Lilly is the dark type. I would argue she might be another type other than darkness. Like, well, as a character, she's very psychic or fairy, but as a character, she's dark type, I suppose. Well, we got a type for everyone, right? We already got this discussion. Shizune is fighting type. Rin, she's ground type? Maybe? Amy? I don't know about... Amy's flying type? I don't know. And Misha is... she's the fairy one. I think Misha is the fairy. Fairy normal. Steel, yeah, that's better. Amy is steel. Way to make me feel guilty. All I can do is sigh and cover my face with my hand. It's fine, I'm just grumbling. My, Hanako, you needn't shoulder all the blame yourself. Even without your suggestion, I'd still have opted for the same thing. Thankful for the quick interception from Lilly, I take a quick gander around the station. Ooh, another one gander. Let me check. Gander. A male goose. No, wait. Look or glance at something. Okay, it's another way to say a look. Can't you just use normal terms then? To roam? Even in the context, I feel like it's looking around. A goose. I take a quick goose around the station. Kinda fits, you know. Depends on the context, I suppose. Aside from us, the train platforms are all but deserted, the morning dew setting on the empty benches. I guess no one was masochistic enough to brave the very early morning. Though, if someone was, they'd more than notice the huge bags both Lilly and Danako brought with them. Just what did you have to pack into those things anyway? The bags. Oh, this pose feels like she's praying. It reminds me of some, I don't know, some games have a cleric character praying like this, I suppose. I don't remember which though. She pauses a moment and tilts her head in thought. Yep, she's the paladin. If she wasn't dark type, she would be light type. Too bad. A change of clothing, raincoat, underwear, sleepwear, and a number of books. I think that's most of it. Well, girls thing, I suppose. They need a change for... Well, I don't know. Maybe they need more changes, more than one a day. You make it sound as if I'm unprepared. You brought less? Underwear and a pack of cards! That's it! Okay, yeah, we can see the difference between boys and girls. And my piece, but never mind that. No pajama? Damn, I knew I forgot something. You didn't take anything! What can you not forget? He's awesome clear plans here. Plans? Can I borrow your pyjama? As I ruffle my hair in frustration, Lilly sighs. There should be clothes you could use here. Akira still occasionally goes there, after all. And I think some of our parents' clothing is still in storage. I don't think there will be any problem with you borrowing a set of pajama, if needed. Thanks. Still, I don't mind just sleeping naked in my normal clothing. I was kidding. For 2 days. Is how I get that men don't use a lot of clothes. But you should at least bring 2 clothes, so you give the appearance of being clean. If you have only 1 set of clothes and you let the girls know you don't change your clothes for 2 days in a row, they are not gonna like you more, you know? Isao. Good point. Now he realizes. I sleep naked. Oh really? I never noticed. I'm even more confused. Not really. 2 days would be a borderline. It's more that looking even a little like a slob would be unacceptable while in the presence of 2 girls. As we leisurely talk on the station platform, an announcement sounds from the loudspeakers, loudly heralding our ride's arrival. Looking past Lilly and Hanako though, the train is still well out of sight. A quick check of my watch is enough to see that it's the one we'll be taking. The 5:30 train was ours, right? Correct. Oh, fun fact, I almost got the wrong train because it was the same destination but with 10 minutes departing 10 minutes early. Luckily I realized it in time. Step away from the yellow line. Oh, now I realize, yeah, this yellow line has the signs too. It's braille for walking. Before they didn't have braille, the yellow lines. Luckily now they are. But there was a time where the yellow line was just a line, so blind people can't really see it. Either of you want me to take your bags? Mine is not exactly heavy. My, that's very gentleman of you, Isao. Don't accept too reluctantly now. As I bend down to pick Lilly's large bag, I look up to see Hanako picking up hers. You fine with that? A silent nod is the only answer. I'm starting to get the feeling that by the trip's end, I'll be able to count every sentence she said in one hand. Well, because she's enjoying the company. That's a good effect. I can't I have to stop to appreciate the facts here. With an image that's floating up and down, and a background that's moving. That's very simple but very effective. Hanako, here take my 10 suitcases. What does she bring with the suitcases? With the morning landscape passing by the window and the occasional rattle of the train bumping the carriage around, I try to focus my attention on the aging playing cards held in my hands. I raise you 5. I don't know the game. Wait, it's the... Maybe it's the... They are betting some tokens. Not real money, I hope. Her traumas in the bags are very heavy. No. So it's only the conscience of the traumas. Well, the bags can also be metaphorical. She scrunches her face up and leans over to Lilly conspiratorially, the two exchanging a few whispered words. Considering how often this has happened so far, I'm coming to doubt Hanako's grasp of how to play poker. It doesn't seem to disturb Lilly reading though. Okay, she's not playing. Well, would make actually very sensitive that she's not playing poker. Well, there might be some poker for blind people, but maybe we don't have it. Her hands flitting over each page with only occasional corrections to account for the trains bumping and rocking. Hanako, Lily's deck has no pathetic card, is how reveals the Balatro Joker. I never played Balatro. I should, it feels very addicting. I should try one time. My collection of chess pieces that we are using as chips is steadily growing anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Looking around us, our carriage is almost as empty as the station platform we'd waited for the train itself on. Only a handful of people can be seen, looking mostly like tourists and couples on holidays. While the two continue their less than clandestine strategizing, a small boy looks over the seat and stares at me. Hoping it doesn't begin to stare at Hanako, I simply give him a wave and smile. Thankfully, he retreats back to his seat after finding me far too boring to waste his attention on. Oh, come on! I see you and raise you another 5. Damn, you got me. I fold. I've been bluffing and she caught me. Hanging my head, I push over a large portion of my winnings. Oh, she's smiling. Hanako looks absolutely delighted. And even if Lilly keeps her attention focused on her reading material, I can see the smirk on her face. They're both extremely pleased. But is a dating sim protagonist is boring by definition, no. He has something more than a normal dating sim protagonist, come on. He has his issue and has some character, not a lot, but there's a flicker of character there and there. Not a lot again though, not a lot. Better than many others. For a moment I try to work out what's Lilly reading, but the cover is too faded to read beyond the fact that Roman letters are on it. A pity I can't read the braille above the printed title. What are you reading, Lilly? The title looks like it's in English. That's right, it's And Then There Were None. An old British story. I could read it to you if you like. She extends the offer with a grin, obviously in jest. I think I'll pass, thanks. She will read it in English? After a seemingly endless trip, we finally reach the promised land of the Satu Summer House. Even after the train trip, the walk up seemed to take forever. Despite my grumblings though, I'd have never guessed the sight that would be in store for us, once we traveled that long, deserted road. Looks more like a farmhouse than the everyday house I'd imagined, small in size and surrounded by trees and bushes. An empty expanse of wet fields and farming land can be seen as we walk up. Now it becomes a farming simulator, the fencing only consisting of rickety old wooden planks. It really drives home how far we are from the major cities, and is a sight that feels antithetical to the environment I grew up in. The only thing that doesn't surprise me is the western styling. Wow, it's amazing out there. It's wonderful. Please don't rub it in Lily's face. That's nice to hear. While Akira might have said that she kept the house in reasonable condition, I was worried that we might have different standards of reasonable. It looks like there isn't another soul for miles. I thought Akira would be the type to keep to the city. And then there were none is a murder mystery book by Agatha Christie. Oh yeah, I heard of it. I don't know what the content is though. It's one of the original whodunit stories where a group of people is isolated in a place and they start getting killed one by one. Oh yeah, maybe I heard it. Or maybe it's another one, who knows. Wait, is it Danganronpa? No, that's different. In other words, it's the great-great-great-grandfather of Among Us. They should make a remastered of the book, you know. Something more dank with Among Us. Wouldn't it be pretty skibidi, right? I'm sorry. Lily furrows her brow in thought, seemingly recalling almost forgotten knowledge. From memory there's a small town not too far ahead. Other than that though, this is largely just old farmland. I'm sorry, I said, I'm sorry. I'm cringe, I know, but I try to embrace it. Lily's trying to remember how to summon Baphomet. And from Hanako face, I think she might be into it too. Okay, and I stayed in our parents' house, which was in the nearest city for a while. But after they left, we decided to move into a smaller, easily maintainable house. To find a place like this in Japanese nowadays, it's kind of anachronistic. Well, this town does have quite a bit of history. I looked down the street one last time before getting back to the task at hand. Shall we go then? I'm parched. Parched is very thirsty. I'm pretty sure. Oh. No, not really. Maybe it's wanting to rest. Let me save it anyways. Ah. Wrong one. I brought it wrong. Okay, I brought parched. Yeah, okay, it's very thirsty. I was right, nice. It was a long walk to get there. Lily gives an enthusiastic nod, the three of us lugging our bags into the house. As soon as we set foot inside, Hanako and I start looking around, taking in every detail of where we'll be staying for the next few days. All the artifacts of another life stopped mid-motion. Around the house? Okay, all the artifacts of another life stopped mid-motion are around the house, such as the television guide lying beside the counter, and pans in the adjoining kitchen still sitting on the stove. It's a strange feeling, really, as if we were stepped into Akira's life for a brief moment, before leaving in a couple of days just as we'd come. Of course, the more mundane reality is that she just hasn't cleaned up after herself that well. Where should we put our bags? I show Hanako our bedroom, You can put yours here, if you like. You mean I don't have the same bedroom as you two? Well, of course, you're a male and there are two females. Can't you really read the room? You're sleeping on the couch. And that's how me and Lily adopted Hanako. Yeah, I want to adopt Hanako too. Yeah, of course. What kind of stupid question was that? Hanako flowers into a full blush, and Lily takes her cheek on her hand. Oh my! How bold! I love her response. She's the most Arara character, I suppose. Arara is out. Yes. You too. Hold on, if I'm to leave my bags here, where will I be sleeping? Well, seeing as we lack a guest bedroom. The convertible futon, huh? Sorry, Zao. I sigh, lamenting my place on the bottom rung of sleeping location priorities. I guess there's no other choice. Lily is such a tease, I'm surprised Zao hadn't imploded. I don't know if I would blush, but in that occasion, I don't even know if... Yeah, blush is an exaggeration of anime. That doesn't really happen that much in real world. But if that was me, I would have blushed, probably. Even if I probably never do. Lily leaves to show Hanako to their bedroom, so I take a small tour of my surroundings after I drop my bag on the floor. The kitchen, just like the living room, is fairly modest. The rustic nature of the wooden furnishing drives home just how far we are from civilization. Returning to the living room, I decide to try the television until they get back. With a touch of the remote, it immediately flickers to life, apparently set to a news channel. Almost flopping down from exhaustion, rather than sitting, I lay back and watch. And watch. And watch. You were very tired, huh? He's out. I quickly blink to wake myself up, leaving Hanako having returned minus their bags. How much time did you take? From the Hokkaido night sky visible outside, it looks like I drifted off to sleep. Looking to the wall-mounted clock, it's already 10. You found the television then? Yes, I think that's pretty reasonable assumption. Is how it's 4 AM? It's a long time I don't watch TV, so I wouldn't say it ever happened to me. Yeah, it does really feel nice and homey here. I'm glad you like it. You were already out like a light when we came back after unpacking our things, so we didn't have the heart to wake you sooner. Judging from her giggle, I must sound funny when I sleep. I swiftly decide not to inquire. Wow, Lily is showing her mommy vibes all the right. I didn't get her mommy vibes before, but now she's full in. She's full in. She's locked in mommy vibes, and I'm into it. I literally don't have the heart either. Well, not literally, but can count as half a heart. And we are here for it, yeah. There is some dinner waiting for you in the kitchen. Hanako gives a deep yawn, only just remembering to cover her mouth at the last second. Oh, that's cute. Ara, are you tired? I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm pretty tired too. You just fell asleep. It was a long walk up there and it's getting late. If that's the case, I suppose we should retire for the night. Good night, Isao. Good night. Night. With that, they quietly turn and walk back to their bedroom. Rubbing my eyes, I sigh. I wonder if I'd be able to get back to sleep after being woken up. I suppose I read something and watch some more TV, quietly, before going to bed. And I watch TV all night. Yeah, it's pretty hard to wake up, to go to sleep after you wake up. Well, not really. It depends. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes not. Usually, when I wake up like 1 or 2 hours before I was supposed to wake up, it's harder. Is he still sleeping? I think so. I'm not. I am, however, incredibly tired. Are they gonna prank me or... No, Hanako, I think he's dead. Oh yeah, we love those sarcastic responses. It's getting late in the morning. I know that. He likely stayed up to watch television. I could hear it from our bedroom. Ah, she got me. Only because I couldn't get to sleep. Should we wake him? Don't do that, Hanako, please. No, we should leave him. I doubt he'd want to be woken up early if he didn't get much sleep during the night. Oh, Lily, you're a saint! Thank you, Lily. Besides, he sounds so peaceful. Would be ashamed to wake him when he's like this. Aww. Keep a straight faces out. It's nice she cares so much, though. Hanako, could you go to the fridge and fish out what's needed to make lunch? Alright, just the vegetables and rice? That should be enough. We only need something simple, as we can eat in town later. Hanako's footsteps on the carpet floor can be heard, moving away from the living room. As they do, I feel Lily's hand gently rest on my chest. Aww, it takes a titanic effort not to react, but something about her makes me think she knows I'm awake. A long silence passes. The only thought in my mind is of that gentle outstretched hand lying upon my chest. After an indiscernible amount of time, Lily withdraws her hand. Good morning, Isao. Ah, she got me. Well, of course. Without being able to see, she can hear pretty well the breathing of someone. Conceding defeat all too easily, I prop myself up and rub my eyes. How did he know? Your breathing was off. While that makes sense, she couldn't have needed that long to work it out. Knowing her hearing, she likely knew before laying her hand on me. If you want to sleep more, you should really go to bed earlier. I heard the television going long into the night. I am screenshotting this and removing the television. Give me a second. Okay. Lily, oh dang, the heart-stopping pulp from Kill Bill doesn't work. Quick, play it off. That was close. Sorry about that. My medications have been interfering with my sleep for a while. Even if I'm tired, I have trouble actually sleeping. I'm sorry for bringing it up, Isao. I sigh. This is exactly the kind of thing I wish others wouldn't do. Well, same thing. I think she likes openness. Also, by confiding with someone, we may grow closer. I think the right answer is to address it. Come on, you worry about me more than I do at times. It just means I have to sleep a bit longer, that's all. But still... I'd say that I look absolutely fine, but I guess that wouldn't have a lot of meaning for you. She gives a sigh of consternation before trailing off with an amused chuckle, giving up the point. If you say so, please do take care of yourself, Isao. Go on, Hanako could use some help. She moves to protest, but reluctantly acquiesces and disappears into the kitchen, her hand running along the smooth white walls as she slowly walks. For a while, I sit and watch television in attempt to wake myself a little more. But it's futile. I don't have anything better to do, so I follow Lilly's lead. As I round the corner, I see Hanako and Lilly, backs turned, quietly cutting food on the granite-colored counter. The granite could be a lot of colors. I am temporarily engrossed as I watch Lilly guiding the knife down carefully with a finger on the cabbage. Each slice delivered slowly but with precision. Don't put the finger in it, she won't see it. She seems a little slow, but considering that she can't see what she's doing, it's a small wonder she can cook at all. Let alone for both her and Hanako. What about you? Hi Hanako, Lilly, want some help? Good morning, Isao. Lilly, did you cut yourself? Lilly jerks back in surprise before turning around, and help immediately drawing Hanako and me to her side. What's... Oh. A small trickle of scarlet falls downwards from her pale fingertip, the knife having cut just deep enough to draw blood. At least that finger is still in place. You won't end up as Rin, at least. With the television sound masking my footsteps, she must not have noticed me coming. To compensate for having to use touch to guide everything she does during cooking, she must need to pay extra attention. Fatality! She's not dead, come on. For now. Lilly! Don't worry, Hanako. It's just a small wound. You should get a band-aid. At least until it stops bleeding. First aid stuff would be in the bathroom, right? I think so. Will you be okay here, Hanako? This is a flesh wound. Come on, it's literally nothing. I frown at how little heed she's paying to herself, as Hanako gives a quick, almost automatic nod. It's fine, I can keep making lunch. An awkward silence reigns as I set the bottle of antiseptic and box of band-aids on the side of the sink. Lilly's finger held out for me to treat. Wait. The antiseptic is... Okay, Okay. I never... We don't have that one actually, that's why I only heard about it. The lid of the bottle comes off with minimum resistance, and the small ball of cotton I soak in the liquid stains a pale green. Okay, hold still. This will probably hurt a bit. Actually, fun fact. I enjoy when some medication burns because I feel like it's going good for my health, right? Well, not only that, yeah, when I, for example, put something on the wounds and I feel it burning, I feel like, oh yes, it's healing, yeah, pain. I might sound masochistic, but I swear I'm not. Okay, I just feel like I feel like it's fun. I have to say, I feel like it's healing. It's a stimulus of healing, right? Masochist. I said, come on. As long as it's healthy, it shouldn't be a problem. I use first aid spray on small nicks. Well, I have a spray, but it's not small. First aid, it's calendula, which is something to avoid infections. So every time I put it, it burns, and it burns so good. It burns a lot for like 5 seconds instead of burning a bit for 10 minutes. Yeah, instant pain is better. I don't know why we are delving in this argument. She gives a small nod as I take hold of her hand to steady it. With all the tenderness I can master, I gently bring the dampened wad to the small red line. Ah! What? I barely touched it. Sorry. I give a sigh, both at her reaction and to settle my own nerves. Her pain tolerance is startlingly low. I could tell you to man up, but I can't really do that. As she gives a small giggle, I take advantage of her momentary distraction and gently press the cotton against her finger a few times. Thankfully, it's enough to do the job. We both settle somewhat as I bring the band-aid over the tip of her finger, covering the wound while making sure not to get it stuck to her fingernail. There, finished. You can move now. Taking her hand from mine, she gently clasps it in the other. Thank you. No problem, it's the least I can do after causing you to hurt yourself after all. She lowers her head slightly at the apology, absent-mindedly rubbing her hand in what seems to be embarrassment. Just close your eyes, Lily. Oh wait, no, there will be blood shed. There's so much jokes she can take. Or maybe not. She seemed pretty positive on that. I really don't mind. Her answer doesn't make much sense, given that what happened is pretty clearly my fault. I can't help grimacing at her, despite the fact that her dainty smile still holds. She must not like being reminded of the limitation her lack of sight imposes on her. It's something I can't possibly fault on her for. I've fallen prey to the same kind of feelings before, despite my condition not being nearly as ubiquitous in my life. Neither of us any the happier. We head back to the various smell of cooking food coming from the kitchen. And we found the kitchen on fire, and Nanako shocked with her traumas. Fire! Not again! Ah! Maybe not. Probably not, yeah. I lay out the plates of food, steam slowly rising from the well-cooked rice and curry dishes, while Hanako lays out the cutlery. Knife on one side, fork on the other, Western. How perfectly fitting for someone like Lilly. And the whole house burned down. No, it's Aurora Borealis, don't worry. As we take our seats, taking carefully heed of the dark red tablecloth hanging below our knees, Lilly emerges from the kitchen. In her hands are 3 glasses and a bottle of wine? Oh no, not wine again. It's a regional dialect. Isao. And Lilly, can I see the Aurora Borealis? No. Well, of course. As I recall our previous run-in with that devilish elixir, I hide my face in my palm. Alcohol? Seriously? She pauses as she reaches the table, a playful grin perched on her face. Akira specifically gave permission to take a bottle from her collection. Not only does she give alcohol to minors, she even lets them pilfer their own. The perfect model of a responsible adult Akira is not. More to the point, though, is that this is hardly a mere deserving of alcohol. I'm starting to think Lilly is the type to easily become hooked on things. That's a Scottish dialect. Lilly, well, I'm from here and never heard that. Wait, it should be swapped. Oh well. That's not really the problem. I don't really have any qualms with it, but didn't you have a bad experience with it last time? Last time was likely due to drinking too much, so a single glass shouldn't prove a problem. Think of it as a learning experience. What do you mean? Anything dangerous could be a learning experience. I can't recall many learning experiences that made me feel rotten before putting me to sleep. But I'll take your word for it. She dips an uninjured finger inside to feel the liquid level, tip against the bottom as the liquid rises up. The white of her finger almost seems to glow as the sunlight hits it, the delicate outline blurred and refracted by the glass. Her fingers are definitely longer than mine, the kind I'd think more suited to a pianist than a teacher. She'd clearly have done well if she'd learned how to play. Maybe she has longer fingers because she only uses her hands. We quickly dig into our meal, fork and knives clattering against plates. None of us are particularly eager to speak while eating, Lilly altogether too reserved for such a thing. Hanako probably too shy to start conversation, and I too busy savoring the food. Such a pedestrian activity, eating together at a table. It seems so utterly normal, yet it makes me realize how long it's been since I've done something like this. Just the three of us, sitting around a single table eating as if we were a malformed family. Well, we know who's the mother, okay? Maybe this trip, as far away from everything as we are, was worth it. It is indeed. It takes quite a long time, but eventually we all finish our surprisingly filling meal. The wine thankfully has little effect, given we'd only had a glass or two each. I slam back into the seat, rubbing my stomach contentedly. I'm stuffed. Lilly pats her mouth with a napkin. Twice. Only twice. It's hard to tell sometimes whether how she acts is a well-trained routine or a well-rehearsed act. Lilly napkin is too powerful. It just cleans with one touch. She took the napkin and thus decided the fate of the world. She can clean everything with just a tap. Can destroy anything with just a touch. But controlling the power is almost impossible. I think I'm... Ah! Only now it stopped. Test. Okay, we're back. Well, I didn't do anything. I just started ranting how there can't be evenly timed intervals between two paths. Because an evenly timed interval is between ta, 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 ta. But if you do only two ta, like ta, ta, there can be an even interval because ta, ta also has an even interval because that's only one interval between the two, right? I think I must be as well. Must be what? Stuffed, okay. Did you like it, Hanako? It was nice. Now that we are well fed, shall we be off? Off? Where? No, I mean like off the RPG Maker game. We are gonna play it now, together. Ah, cool. Oh, you weren't privy of the discussion between Hanako and me earlier. Privy? Wait. It's not this one. Probably didn't participate. Off with your head! No! Sharing in the knowledge of something. Okay. Save. I get the impression that she's having a subtle dig at my sleeping in. Very subtle. Well, we'll be going into the town nearby. I guess I should have expected two girls to take a holiday as an excuse to do shopping, no matter where around the planet they may be. I am interested to see more around the north though, so this can only be a good thing. Buff received, well fed. Wait, where was this from? I remember it. Well fed. Oh, I don't remember from where. Sounds good. How long is the walking then? It's supposed to be a mile to a mile and a half. Lily, I get that we are in English territory, but no, here they don't use kilometers. Only in America they use miles. They should use kilometers here that we are in England, in Europe altogether. Nearby, huh? Great. Just great. As we climb up to the path surrounded by trees and undergrowth, I watch Lily and Hanako walking ahead. The slight breeze all but whisks away the sound of Lily's cane gently tapping on the ground. I notice that Lily since removed the band-aid now that the bleeding of her finger has stopped. In the UK they use fit and mice too? Ah, I thought only in America. Then it's an English thing. Anything but magic. Yeah, don't worry, Zao. The city is 200 aircrafts away. 200 airplanes away. A deep, lung-filling breath of the fresh country air makes me wish all the harder that the air around home had been quite so clean. It can't have been half a mile, but I'm already working up a sweat. It isn't a pleasant, cool day though, so I shouldn't be too hard on myself for it. Hey Lily, how well do you know this town anyway? Since I spent quite well my vacation here, until I entered Yamaku, I'd say I know it fairly well. We used to drive there once a weekend then. How I wish Akira was here to drive us now. I'll quickly take a moment to rub my hands a couple of times, staving off the oddly cold feeling in them. Did you like it up there? I'd say it was nice during winter, but as you can work out, summer gets a little too hot for comfort. It's nice and quiet at least. Body fat increased, you run the risk of heart attack. Lose some weight. What game is this? My family's real house is quite far south. When they left Japan, my parents gave it to Akira and me. Only Akira lives here now, after my moving to Yamaku. Grand Theft Auto. I only played the 5 with my friends for just a little. Unfortunately, my friends only found excuses not to play, so I only ended up playing with my brother. Well, quite certainly describes the place. Though lonely is how I'd put it. Other than the prophesized small town, there isn't another soul for miles around. Coming from a home nestled deep within the big city, it's certainly different. I think that if I did not come to Yamaku, staying out in the country like this would be too much of a change to get used to. After getting accustomed to the school isolation though, the idea of living in a place such as this has become almost inviting. To be somewhere away from the hustle and bustle of the metropolitan centers. So Isao, have you been to Hokkaido before? Nah, I used to live down south and we never had any field trips on holidays up this far. Also, for a moment I was confused and I thought we were in United Kingdom. I don't know why. We are still in Japan. Well, it's a new experience for you then. Yeah, it is. I'm surprised at how nice it feels here. How about you, Hanako? Hanako joins the conversation. She shakes her head from side to side. It's my first time too. As we continue walking, I begin to feel pins and needles in my leg. It's a little disturbing given there's no reason for it to be happening. Could you two hold on a moment? I just need to... Is anything wrong? Nah, I just got pins and needles in... Well, shit. Well, any last words? My vocal cords suddenly become taut. Wait, taut? Did we got taut last time? Yes, taut. Stretched or pull tight. Tense. As my chest tightens instantaneously, I quickly pull my upper arm over it, trying to quell the shock of pain spreading through my entire body. Speaking of heart attack, this is an heart attack. This is heart attack. Should we play the music every time he gets an heart attack? Wait. That sounds like an interesting gimmick. Nah, not really. No, wait, that actually came out as funny. This can be funny. Wait. That's pretty short, the intro. No, that's cringe, never mind. That's cringe, never mind. Let's avoid it. Lily's face is only mid-concerned, not knowing the side which Hanako's recoiling from. I'm fine, just tired. I remove my arm from my chest and force myself to begin walking again. It's just a minor heart flutter, so it will pass like the others. It only takes a couple of steps before my body violently revolts against me, my legs suddenly beginning to give way underneath me, and all the tension in my knees seeming to evaporate. Before I can react, they uselessly give way under my weight, leaving me only just enough time to brace myself and fall onto all fours. Oh damn! As I look up to her, I realize my face is still taut with pain, only adding that much more to her worrying. Hisao, Hanako, tell me what's going on! Hanako, tell me! Hanako quickly moves to my side, as Lilly almost panics, having little clue as to exactly how bad in condition I'm in. While she stands there petrified, I lower my face and take a deep breath. I come to realization that makes me endlessly irritated with my stupid self. With all the excitement of my new surroundings, I'd entirely neglected to take my medications last night, or even this morning. Bad end. Wait! I hope I'm not really dead. Taking another breath, the acute pain in my chest begins to die down as suddenly as it had ever died. RIP. Roll credits. Thank God. As it does, I become acutely aware of the sweat by now, pouring off my face and the two scared girls around me. Rest in pieces. Hisao! I'm fine. I screw up my brow in an effort to lever myself up. Hanako's arm quickly moving to catch me if I fall, as I stumble a bit before regaining my balance. Oh, I would gladly fall into Hanako's arms. I look to Lilly and Hanako, worry written on both of their faces. I feel awful. Utterly awful. I think we should go back. Realizing the futility of protesting, I look away in frustration. Fine. What if it was an excuse to not go to the city? What if Hisao was that antisocial that he faked it to not go to the city? Now it's Hanako's turn to get an heart attack. Well, she was clearly shocked to see me in that state. Like seeing a ghost, almost. I open my eyes groggily, completely bereft of energy. For a while, I simply lie down lifelessly, staring at the ceiling as I review the events of the morning, in an attempt to organize my thoughts. I went to walk to town. My heart nearly gave way. We came back. I took the pills. I slept. I can only remember each period of time as a snapshot, but the timeline is clear enough. The memory of the girls' faces as I struggled to stand is an unpleasant one, stinging my feelings harshly. If I look at the ceiling hard enough, I can see and wonder. Whose eyes are those eyes? Wait, wrong game. I can imagine the tile edges and small dimples of the ceiling in the hospital. The fact alone is enough to make me sit up and try to pull myself together. I scratch the back of my disheveled hair, glancing around the room. Lilly and Anako are nowhere to be seen, and the television is turned off. I wonder if Lilly took away the remote. Like a mother. No television for you today. The clock above says it's pretty late in the afternoon. The noticeably reddened sky outside the window confirms it further. I turn and pick myself off the futon, swaying slightly as I put my arms out for balance. I suppose I'd better go look for the girls to see if they are alright. As I look out the window, I faintly see something in the distance. Straining my eyes, I can just make out the shape of a person figure. Her long blonde hair, swaying in the faint breeze, makes her almost seem to melt into the bright yellow of the wet field. Without a second thought, I leave the room to follow that lone apparition. Now Lilly just needs to wear a hat and it's a perfect scenery. The brightness of the setting sun assaults my freshly woken eyes, forcing me to avert them until they adjust. Okay, that makes us reflect, right? Because they always say, oh, that's to walk, oh, that's walk, walk is bad, but at the start of the day, when we wake up, everyone is walk, right? Everyone is woke up, after all. The long yellow strands of wheat brush against my legs as I wade through them, the densely grown field making it hard to advance. Wade is new. I suppose it's moving with carefulness. I say it again, this music reminds me of Doki Doki vibes. The Sayonara music. Yeah, walk with effort through water or another liquid of viscous substance. Or yeah, something that's not easy to walk in. Interesting. Here. Saved it. Depends if you slept well. So, not woke people are people that didn't sleep well. Can make sense, actually. Regardless, my eyes stay fixed ahead, true to that solitary figure. Within minutes, I reach her, meters behind her, turned back. Really? She simply nods. Where's Hanako? She's in bed. She went to sleep after I calmed her down. She says it matter-of-factly and with as few words as possible, as if saying any more was strictly forbidden. There's something different about her. Her normally confident figure seems oddly fragile, her body offering no resistance to the breeze blowing her skirt. Lilly, Isao, this is actually heaven. You just died. Damn, wait, why are you here? Oh, a missile hit the house just after you died. Why? Why the missile? She didn't see it coming! No! No! And after that, the entire world blacked out. Except for Lilly. The strand of wet sway away side to side, while a deafening pause passes, the only sound being their rustling. As we stand in the field alone, I know what I have to ask. Yeah, Isao, that's the perfect location, right? That's romantic enough? You should declare. What's wrong, Lilly? You're not acting like you usually do. Remember when I talked of my family, Isao? Your family. I looked downwards in thought, sifting through my scattered memories. Sifting is passing with a sift, right? I remember this one. Yeah, okay, yeah. Nice, I remember this one. We got this from Grandia. And again the souls of men were sifted and tried by the darkness. Good times. This event seems to leap ready to hand when I search for it, rising to the surface as soon as it was recalled. Leap ready to hand? I suppose jumping straight to your head. Resurfacing easily. After Hanako's birthday party, she gives a simple nod. It was nice back then. You and I, celebrating with Hanako, simply sharing presents, talking, having fun together. It was almost as we were a family. One small, misshapen family. I thought that could go just forever. Just the three of us, happily together. She takes a long breath, a slight shakiness to it just barely audible through the moving air. Even if my family was so far away, as long as we were together, that was all I needed. I don't want to lose you, Isao. I didn't even realize how afraid I was of losing someone else until today. Until... I'm sorry, Lily. I know my body's weak, but even then, I make the most stupid of mistakes. Don't apologize. Please don't apologize. See? Just adopt Hanako. Yeah, marry Lily, adopt Hanako. You know the game, right? Marry and kill. We could make, well, there is the variant, right? Even marry, you pass one night and kill or slap. We can have the variant marry, adopt, and pat in the head at this point. Lily is marry. Hanako is probably adopt, but can work all three ways, actually. Lily? She turns to face me, her pale cheeks stained with tears. One misguided step after another, she stumbles towards me, her arms held out in search of so much as a faint brush against me. Or better yet, Lily adopts both of them, which then would mean Hanako would be his own sister. Having her as a sister would be also pretty nice. As a daughter would be better though. I feel like she would be better as a daughter. And we get the image! Yes! My heart doesn't race, nor I power. Imagine if his heart would race and he dies and Lily killed him with the embrace. As I step towards Lily, gently taking and steadying her in my arms, as she quickly clutches to me, sobbing. With her face trembling against my shoulder, the next words from her mouth are the last I expected. Take this sword. The destiny is here. Fight the demon lord with me. That would be unexpected for sure. I love you, Isao. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, well. That's what I was about to say. Lily, bruh. Don't get away. I beg of you, never ever get away. I love you. So please. So that's why she's been acting like this. Yeah, you dumb fucker. You didn't read the signals. She was clearly in love even between she departed, but you never realized it. Oh well. And now is how. I wonder what she means. I wonder if she likes me. Ness. Well. Minus the love declaration, that's Earthbound reference. You can't confess to me if I confess first. Do the characters with mommy vibes declare first? I don't know the lore. Feels like they should. I don't know why. That tender voice when I called her. Her thoughtless concern at the slightest pain I might feel. After having been left in Japan without her family, with only Akira, Hanako and me around, she was afraid of losing yet another person who was close to her. She was genuinely worried for me. It's a strange feeling, a mix of surprise and sorrow. Yet, also the deepest gratitude I think I've ever felt. The only reaction I can muster along my conflicting emotions is a calm sigh. You idiot. Baka. Hisao. For a fleeting moment, I feel her body become still. The only movement to be felt is the calm afternoon breeze. I said it before, right? It's so natural to feel concerned about those around you. I'm still here. I'll always be there, because I want to see you more each day. To share in your happiness. To support you in your sadness. But most of all, I'll still be there because I want to see your smile. Your true smile. A single gust of wind rustles the long strands of wet. A second silence passed. Smile when you want to smile. Cry when you want to cry. I love you, Lilly. So you don't have to hold back anymore. With that, her arms clutch my back as tightly as she can. Her face buried beside mine. Her tears fall down my back and she cries unrestrainedly as the last of her resistance melts away. Hisao! Hisao! I close my eyes and bring my head down to her shoulder, holding her shaking frame tightly. It's okay, Lilly. I'll never go away. Because I'm immortal! It's my secret! I promise. We slowly walk back to the house, holding each other tightly as we take a seat inside. Lilly leans her head onto my shoulder as I put my arm around her waist. And now Hanako comes in. Hey, Hisao, Lilly, What are you two doing here? What are you doing onto each other's? Or would be better if she enters. Hey, Hisao, Lilly, what do we... Oh, and she slowly backs away. Because probably she didn't get the signals of the two. You feel Lilly's tears crawling on your back. And I'm just gonna leave, bye! And she returns to the academy by walking. She sleeps outside, in a tent, in the woods. Neither of us has any want to break the silence. Oh, again, the wand used as an object. With her eyes shut, it's hard to work out whether she's fallen asleep. Not that I mind. The warmth of her body leaning against me, the softness of her hand, delicately held in mine. For a long, long time, we sit leaning against one another, sharing our warmth and feeling as night eventually begins to settle in. Are there bears in Japan? Honestly, I don't know. And she gets adopted by a bear. Any living creature would want to adopt Hanako. I feel like. Thank you, Hisao. Thank you? For returning my feelings. Did you think I wouldn't? Who in their right mind would not return Lilly's feelings? Let's be serious here. Who in their right mind, without being engaged, would not return Lilly's feelings? Come on. I think even the most ableist person ever, which hates people with disabilities, would crumble under Lilly love declaration. Let's be serious here for a moment. No one would resist her love. Okay, nobody can. Oh, she randomly walks in Ginocchio, starting a new tofu game. I'm lacking the context. There was the possibility. I take a deep breath in thought. That much was only my fault. It's funny actually, I was thinking of telling you about my own feelings sometime soon. I guess in that way you saved me the effort. She raises her head a little and gives a tiny amused giggle, a smile at how earnest it is, so girlish in its lightness. She collects herself soon afterward, her hair resting against my shoulder. Feeling any better? She gives a small nod. You're thoughtful, Isao. That's why I like you. Oh, I love you too, really, Isao. There's an option to hug. Hug. Remedia, how much toast have you toasted in your life? Okay, I'm starting to get more the context now. And I don't like it. I'm sorry I'm like this. As much as I didn't want to make you concerned for me, I couldn't do anything to prevent it. You know, apart from taking your fucking pieces out. Don't apologize for it. Please don't. Lily? Have I ever apologized for my blindness? Even once? You can't help the way you were born, Isao. There's no point in apologizing for who you are. Well, I sometimes apologize for being stupid, so maybe I should stop. No, I'm kidding. She says this with surprising conviction. In the end, it was perhaps this mentality which spurred her to befriend me in such a short time, in addition to her motherly instinct. I would correct to mommy vibes. She did seem to become trusting very quickly, but I never questioned why. Now it seemed obvious that she did so to help me as I went through one of the lowest points of my life. I moved to respond, but cut myself off as I feel her finger run gently through my hair. I feel their soft and delicate touch, moving downwards to trace the contours of my face, her palm finally settling on my cheek. You're a beautiful person, Isao. Please, don't ever apologize for that. For a moment I'm utterly speechless. I slowly bend my head down, placing a tender kiss on her light, voluminous hair. We're a couple of right old fools, aren't we? We are. After a long calm, she speaks again. Isao? Yeah? I wouldn't mind if you kissed me, huh? I feel her hand tensing under mine, trembling slightly. My mouth opens, but try as I might, I can't formulate a response to her proposition. Lily. Before I can say another word, she slips her hand from under mine and tenderly holds the side of my face once more. Okay, guys. It's time for a bet. We have a pool to make here. I need you to vote. I need you to vote for this pool. Will Hanako enter and ruin the kiss? Yes or no? Let's go. Lily takes out the whip now. Wait, I thought you meant the kiss. No. Nah, that's probably Shizune. Lily is more the Fury handcuff type. Ah. The what? Sorry. The what? Sorry. Actually, you know, Zoro, you were kidding, but Lily is the touchy type. Like, she feels everything, so I feel like she might enjoy having fur on the partner. I don't know. If that's one kink one blind person can have, is the furry. I don't know anything about the matter, but that's my hypothesis, okay? That's probably Shizune. Because, well, Shizune doesn't need to speak, right? Also, yeah, she's kinda commanding. Please. I give a peaceful smile, holding her hand against my cheek as I nod a single time. Okay. As I look into her eyes, she leans towards me. Her delicate lips touch mine as she guides herself with her hand. She breaks off, not a second later, faintly smiling. Surprise! Hanako did not ruin the kiss! Wow, I'm a surprise. It's a surprise. I loved a lot that moment with Emi though. That really erupted. What's your full size? Why the giraffe? Giraffes have the biggest heart in proportion to body size. Ah, okay, interesting. Can it be considered a fursona giraffe? I don't think so. Again though, I'm not an expert, I don't know. I love you, Sao. We kiss again, this time with both of us meeting the other. While the previous kiss was one of love, this one is of lust. Our tongues meeting her. Should we censor this one? I'm breathing heavy. After precious seconds we part, both of our faces well and truly flushed. Both of us bring our fingers to our lips in unison, recalling that fleeting feeling, rapidly becoming buried both by our urges and bashfulness. Lilly is the first to shift uncomfortably though. What is it? Should we get more comfortable? Ah, it's the time already! You just got engaged! It's the time already! We keep the prediction on in case Hanako enters, okay. Any animal can be fursona, though there are several subcategories that... Zoro, I know that you are very cultured in a lot of things, but even this one, Zoro, really? Really? Meanwhile, Hanako is behind with the camera. Maybe it's in the window here. No, Hanako would just go away. Oh, okay. Now that she mentions it, this futon could be a bit too narrow to do much on. Do what? Considering the thought running through both of our minds, it's not small wonder one of us has any measure of foresight left. I take her hands and guide her sideways as I move. The brief and awkward dance ending with both of us tentatively sitting on the floor opposite each other. As I reach forward to pull her top up, she stops after she moves her hand to do the same. You are shaking. I pause for a moment and look at my hands. Sure enough, they are quivering slightly. Whether it's from nervousness or excitement, I'm not sure. I guess I am. So you're as nervous as I am then? I withdraw my hands and sigh, steadying myself. We have plenty of time, so there's no need to rush this. But where's Hanako? Sorry, it's my first time in this timeline, so I'm a bit... Of course, she giggles, of course. She giggles shakily, all but confirming what I reasonably deduced by now. Oh, first one too? It's the same for me. I'm happy we could share this together. I match her smile twofold, leaning forward and taking her body in my arms as she reaches to hug me back. I love you, Lilly. You already said it. Well, it doesn't mean I cannot repeat it, right? I can't help grinning. Even in such a situation, she still has her wits about her. Breaking our embrace, we decide to take off our own clothing. While it's easier this way, I don't doubt it's just an attempt to distract ourselves from our nerves. With slightly stiff hands, I begin to slide the first button out from my shirt. Once we remove the last of our clothes, which end up half-heartedly piled between us, my breath is taken by the sight in front of me. I suppose it's time! Rhea, cover us, thanks! Is it okay, it's fully covered. It also shows the... It's the first time it shows even below. It shows everything. Her long, shapely legs, full hips and breasts, plump but dainty, her slightly blushing face, delicate and reserved, is framed by the bangs of her hair. Her hands, tightly held behind her, only serve to further accentuate her chest. Her tall and pale body is beautiful when bared. The girl in front of me, reserved yet playful, astute yet hospitable, is the girl I've fallen in love with. I lean forward, delicately taking her shoulder in my hands. Little zoom. Zoom. She gets closer. As I do, she brings her hand to my chest. With a slightly uneven breath, we lean into a deep kiss. I feel one of Lily's hands slowly slide up to my shoulder. It and her head very gently moving forwards. Assuming her intent, I lean back onto the floor. Yeah. Now they are... I didn't mean to press this one. Now they are... well, they are one side on the other. On the floor. Oh, without equipment. We can call without equipment. She lowers herself beside me, one hand stroking my hair as the other moves across my chest. The feeling of her breast against it is enough to make me happy. This must be her way of taking in what I've already seen of her. Despite her lack of sight, she engraves every detail of my bare body and chest in her mind. You have earned proficiency in unarmored combat. I wonder if that could be a gag somewhere, like in a team. Can I see your stats? Sure. Why do you have proficiency in unarmored combat? You know what? We can show the face. Here, at least we can show this thing. They have the head behind. This must be her way of... Okay, we already read it. Naked Dumbbell stats. Dumbbell... I wonder if those stats can be used in another setting. This must be her way of taking in what... Okay, I already read it. When her middle finger falls into the slight recess of my chest scar, a lingering effect of my operation so many months ago, she slowly runs her hand down its length. This is... the scar from my surgery. They had to do this in order to operate on my heart. For a moment, she's lost for words. The idea of such extensive scarring adding a new worry for her. Yeah, sure, we can show the faces. Rhea can... We can return back. Because Rhea... Rhea, at this point I remove everything. Here they are. We can cut a little more, sure, just to cover the shoulder, because who knows. Let's cover the shoulder, nice, okay. So it's better. Her expression changes from curiosity to apprehension. Should we really be doing this kind of thing? Unarmored combat? Yeah, we need to farm, to grind levels, right? Those words bother me beyond what's rational. Lily's face breaks my heart more than ever her words possibly could. Yet, I don't even know the answer to her question. I can't let this condition dominate me forever. It may not even be medically advisable, but I outright refuse to live my life in such a prison. It's okay, Lily. This match will be okay. Her troubled expression holds for a moment longer, but she eventually acquiesces, her hand moving to my lower chest and then my thigh. It's zooming out, it's zooming out. She's a thigh connoisseur, I see. Okay, we can return back, just a little more zoomed. Here we are. With a look of slight surprise, she slowly moves her hands downwards, her breath catching as she brushes the side of my lower hair. She tentatively moves her hand sideways, delicately touching the most, checking if my sword is still working, because we need to go fight unarmed, right? We need to fight some monsters. This is... yeah, my +7 sword. The sword is unbending! Yeah. We'll see now. Our nervousness peaks. The game peaks too, I suppose, as the act begins. Her hands gently patting up and down, as lightly as it would break if breathed upon. Don't worry, the sword is +7. It's unbending, as I said. The Monado's power! I'm not sure whether it's just to steady myself or because I want to steady her, but I take my free hand and hold the side of her face in it. The feeling of her hair and soft skin is nice, and it seems to lighten her mood a bit. The mere fact that that my sword is being checked by her is surprisingly cool. I feel my body relaxing as I submit to the pleasure overwhelming me. Make sure you use Monado Shield. Monado Shield is first, yeah. At this age, even more. Long minutes pass in almost total silence. Our heavy breathing, the only sound to be heard in the house. Lily fingers stop affectionately checking my sword. No, my hair, never mind, it's my hair this time. Affectionately stroking my hair, and she opens her lips once again. So, I wait a second for the rest of the sentence, but none is forthcoming. Not at the moment, but what's forthcoming? Forthcoming, about to happen or appear. Okay. Let me save it. Nice. She may be trying to take the lead, but she's still incredibly nervous. Oh, she definitely tried. The mommy vibes cannot go to rest this easily. I can't help smiling as I stroke her hair from her face a couple of times, reassuring her. As nervous as she may be, I'm thankful that Lily is taking the lead. I'd probably be just as anxious as she if I were attending to her. Okay. She pauses a moment before giving a small nod, sitting up and shifting her leg over mine. Once again, my breath is stolen by the magnificent sight of her body over mine. Change? Yeah. Now she's above. She's above now. We can show the picture again, actually. Let's see, we need to crop it a little more. I think this is fine. Here we have Lily. We can zoom it a little, you know. Yes, perfect. You know what? Full screen Lily, let's go. Yes! Here we are. Lilly starts riding his Hanako. I call shotgun! Oh, wait! No, what do you mean? No, it's... What metaphor should we be using? We are doing a team attack! We are doing a chain attack! Okay, sounds even better. I can only look on frozen as she delicately lowers herself, resting her reddened lips over me. She slowly Wait. Yeah, she's... Yeah, the mouth lips. Not. No, shh. I mean, let's say... Yeah, they're doing a chain attack, okay? They are just... doing the combo. You know how the combo works, right? Now it's perfect for a chain attack! Got it! I only need one shot. She slowly begins to move her hips downward to prepare for the special attack, I suppose. Her softness enveloping my cautiousness. She takes a deep breath to correct... what face is this? Sorry. What face? Should we show? Can we show this on Twitch? Can we show this on Twitch? It's just a face, come on. Nothing that dramatic. She takes a deep breath to collect herself, her face remaining steady, with her hands in lieu... What's in lieu of sight? Instead, taking in my body in lieu of sight, the spatial situation muddles her usual efforts to compensate for lack of eye contact. Okay, it's in place of, thanks. Let me save this one too. Okay. She gradually lowers herself onto me, her knees and hands supporting her as she does. Her entire body tenses as we start the chain attack. Before we were, you know, it's like Xenoblade 3. You choose the moves and then you start the chain attack. Now we start the chain attack. It's probably a Monado slash. A forward slash. Her expression obviously one of stiff pain because she got hit by enemy. Enemies, yeah, in Xenoblade 4 enemies can counter during... No, wait, no. Actually, it's probably because the enemy has the spikes, how it's called. The enemies have the damage reaction when you hit them. That's why she feels pained, I suppose. Despite that, I can't help savoring the soft, warm feeling enveloping my cautiousness. Probably what happens when you heal in a chain attack, right? The surge of happiness overcoming all my senses. The last vestiges of it all. Oh? The last vestiges of it all but disappear in her, while her nails slightly scrape into my chest, in an effort to stop herself from yelping in pain. Yeah, and unfortunately the counter damage is pretty high. So I suppose taking damage is pretty painful, right? A pained scream, kinda, too much for her to suppress completely, escapes from her lips. As I open my mouth to comfort her, I see the barely visible red drops from yeah, she dropped an item, red drops. Wait, from... Is she in her period? I don't know, okay. I mean, like, I don't know the comparison to make, I'm sorry. Lilly, if it's too much... should we show this? Guys, I think it's too much. Guys, I think it's too much. Here, okay. This is perfect. This is perfect. She clenches her mouth tightly, quickly and forcefully shaking her head from side to side in defiance. It's her first time, well, even ours. It's different between male and female though, I suppose. After a couple of seconds, she relaxes her body slightly, though she's still obviously far from being comfortable. It's okay. I'm okay. A little better for the expression. Nice. She swallows hard, trying to collect herself. Lifting herself slowly and bringing herself back down, she relaxes a little more, as the feeling of happiness begins to overtake those of pain. Close again. Yeah. Her breathing starts to match the same ragged patterns as mine, her body moving almost teasingly slowly. Because I think we got a debuff with speed from the enemies, right? She looks as if she's slowly beginning to enjoy the act. The chain attack. My feelings finally reaching her. I'm not sure if she's keeping herself at this speed for her sake or for mine, but either way, with this slow and steady pace, I think I can keep my body in check. Wait! She's doing it for Izao! She's going slow in the chain attack to not overwhelm Izao. Wow, that's very considerate of her. It's fun in a way that even now I'm depending on her. For us to be joined together like this. Well, joined together, of course, it's a chain attack, what else would you expect? Our feelings so close, it makes me glad to be sharing our first moment together like this, in an almost overwhelming feeling. I love you, Lilly. Izao! I can feel her body tensing, her breathing and movements becoming steadily less careful controlled. I'm happy to be making her happy, but as my thoughts become increasingly focused, I can feel myself rapidly reaching my exceed, charging my ultimate. Should we cover this one? It's white. Control of my body is instantaneously wrested from my mind as I grit my teeth hard. A loud scream escaping as I finally use the Monado power! I finally unlock and unleash the Monado power! Her body hunches over at the same moment when the Monado unlocks. We stay locked in, all encompassing happiness for a brief moment. My mind completely taken by the feeling of a precious few seconds. It ends all too soon, and our bodies collapse in exhaustion, with Lilly barely staying on top of me. I lifelessly manage to wrap my arms around her limp, sweating body, because she's probably low on health, so she's pretty tired. And for minutes we simply lay there, silently savoring the contact with each other, while we recover from the experience. Neither of us had thought or ourselves prepared for such a thing. Of that much I'm certain. Entirely drained, far past the point of conversation, I look at her tired face. It looks as if the exertion, both physical and mental, has almost forced her to the verge of collapse. I love you, Lilly. Aww. She nods, weakly, rubbing my hair with her left hand. If we could simply remain together like this for an eternity, it would be paradise like no other. And it's the next day. Let me wait. Okay. Okay. We did it. And Hanako did not erupt, surprisingly. What happened? Let me try again. Here we are. Okay. It's fine. The Monado power was too strong that crashed the stream. Makes sense. Okay, at least it happened only here and not before. After being woken by a sound, I open my eyes with a measure of reluctance. Turning my head to the left, I find the rain outside sweeps against the window loudly. Spray after wind-blown spray lashes against the glass, as if trying its hardest to make up for the summer's previous heat. Also, the prediction: Hanako did not enter or ruin anything. That's a surprise. I sit up in the futon, holding the back of my neck to try and subdue the pain from my awkward sleeping position. By all accounts, I should be lamenting the turn in the weather, given that this is our last day here. The events of yesterday refuse to stop flooding in my mind, though. The feeling of holding Lily's crying body in my arms, the rush of lust and hormones that flow through us as we spend the night together playing Xenoblade. It seemed almost futile to try and rationalize everything that happened. In an attempt to distract myself, I groan and lean over to retrieve my bag without standing. Pulling out one bottle after another, I take the daily regiment's worth of pills from their containers and swallow them without further ado. It took a surprisingly short amount of time to get used to swallowing pills without water. That said, I suppose the same thing goes for getting used to living in a school for disabled students. Remembering Yamaku, I become all the more grateful for having the chance to get away, even if it's just for the shortest of times. I appreciate the chance to spend time along with Lily and Hanako, away from the bustle of school life, even considering the latest complications. I never thought I'd say it, but the idea of living away from the city in a nice, tranquil area is an inviting one. It's a thought that, barely a year ago, would have seemed simply ludicrous. A flash of pink, no doubt Hanako gone, peeks from around the corner. Realizing I must look a sight, since I've only just woken up, I slap the remaining pill into my mouth and run a hand through my hair. Oh, she kinda seems like a ghost, to be honest. She seems like a ghost infesting the place. Good morning, Isao. I reply to her, completely forgetting that I'm in the middle of swallowing a particularly large pill. Coughing and spluttering, I violently gag on it. Isao! After sputtering loudly and tapping my chest a couple of times to force it down, does it even work? I managed to recover. And we all know ghost waifu is best waifu. Well, I have other preferences, but ghost waifus work as well. Hanako the toilet ghost. Yeah, looks kinda like that. Fine. Sorry, I forgot I was swallowing. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I hold my hand up, gesturing for Hanako to stop. I gagged, it's my fault. Morning, Hanako. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's a nice way to say it. She pauses a moment before bowing in reply. Oh, casual Lily is also cute. Staggering behind Hanako is the familiar figure of Lily, also dressed in her pajama. With her eyes full of sleep and hair bedraggled, she's a sight to behold. That's just too adorable, come on. Hi, Lily. Good morning, Isao. For a while, a silence hangs in the air, as neither of us know what to do. Given that happened last night, we both have more than enough reason to be finding the situation awkward. Just now, are we meant to react to meeting each other after something like that? The best course of action would probably be to talk to Lily alone, to set things in order. I start making breakfast. Lily evidently catches on to my train of thought. I'll help. Hanako, could you set the table? She nods, her head disappearing into a cupboard as she quickly goes about her assigned task. I rub a little more sleep out of my eyes as I wander over to the fridge and take out some milk. And Lily grabs various brightly colored boxes from some of the lower cupboards to my side. While we make the rather bland looking meal, I whisper somewhat more quietly than usual. Knowing Lily's hearing, she won't have any trouble catching what I say. Are you okay, Lily? After last night? She gives a delicate nod, her expression weak. Though her tiredness surely plays a part, she seems genuinely unsure about what's happened between us and how to move ahead. I can't say I blame her, considering my feelings are the same. I'm sorry, Zao. I wasn't thinking straight yesterday. I never stopped to consider you or Hanako, and I even went as far as... She's winding herself up, with her hands and voice both tightening. I give her a gentle bump to try and lighten up the situation. You don't have to apologize, I said I liked you as well, after all. But As her composure begins to falter, it becomes obvious there's no alternative. Turning to Lily, I gently embrace her tall frame. She offers no resistance at all, thankfully pulling back, just from the edge of her motions. Oh no! She saws us! No! Cover is blown! Repeat! Cover is blown! Oh no! Now she will feel even more awkward around us. Despite our reassuring embrace lasting only a matter of seconds, I notice Hanako wordlessly watching. The plate in her hand hovers inches above the table. Her action halted midway by the sight. Oh no. The clatter of utensils against plates is the only sound to be heard as we silently eat. Whereas before only two of us may have been unsure of ourselves, the entire situation has changed. After weeks of blissful friendship, whiling away the days with shared meals and chatter with little meaning, the relationship of Lily and me, now that all of us, has irreversibly changed. I can't take this. Lily. She solemnly nods, gently laying her spoon onto the plate in front of her. Neither of us know exactly how to regard each other, let alone how Hanako would view us. This might seem abrupt, but I've confessed to Isao. Oh, she's blushing. For a moment, Hanako looks almost confused, precisely the reaction I thought she would have. She eventually nods, her spoon still in her mouth as she does. Did you accept? I did. She gives a smile so large and so earnest, I find myself blushing. I think it's the brightest I've ever seen her expression look. Then I'm happy. I'm really, really, really happy. I'm sorry for not telling you anything about it before. Things have been, Hanako shakes her head from side to side emphatically, apparently forgetting in her rush that Lily couldn't possibly notice. She begins fiddling with her finger, looking a little more nervous than she did before. To be honest, I began to think you might like each other a while ago. At first I didn't really know what to think about it, but I decided in the end, if my friends are happy, then I'm happy. I was glad to have another friend when we met Isao, so you finding love through him is even better, right? Hanako. Luckily it won't happen here, but in some groups, if they find a boyfriend or girlfriend, they will just be less with the group. So, Hanako, if those two were other persons, you will end up without a group ever now. I'm sorry, Hanako. Because, yeah, this will inevitably, with a lower degree though, bring changes to the group, because there will be some times where we will go with a date with Lily, and Hanako will be alone. Where otherwise we would have been together as a group. So Hanako has something to lose here. Hanako, I'm happy. Also, Hanako dies inside. Nah, it's not a Hanako route. She didn't fall in love with us. Probably. A feeling of relief at her acceptance of a relationship falls over me like a wave. The same happens to Lily, judging by her expression. Thank you, Hanako. I appreciate you being so understanding. Lily's voice still sounds slightly apologetic, or at least unsure. This doesn't escape Hanako, who appears lost in thought for a few moments before turning to me. Isao, do you mind if if Lily and I go outside for a bit? Ah, girl tactics, I see. No, feel free. Hanako? Hanako gets up from her seat, taking Lily's hand and almost dragging her from the table in her excitement. Considering Lily's typical slow and steady pace, Hanako's haste makes her footing awkward, and she almost loses her balance a couple of times. It's a pretty amusing sight, leaving me wordless as I watch them disappear out the door. It's only now that I realize the rain has stopped, being replaced by a sky seemingly all the more vivid and bright, to make up for the morning's drab grey expanse. For Hanako, this must be a pretty big revelation. Lin and I are really the only people she associates with. Almost as if we were parents in her own stead. Wait! Did we really adopt her then? It's canon! Lily is the mother, she's the daughter, and I suppose the protagonist is the father. I suppose that might be the best way to describe the relationship we share. A father, mother, and daughter, all playing around in our little make-believe family, as if it could last forever. It's canon, wow. It might be a strange dynamic, and one that certainly can't last for long, but maybe, just for this small moment, it's okay. As I stand from the table and go to join Lily and Hanako in the fields outside, I nod to myself in affirmation. This one small moment of happiness, no matter how brief, will last with me, with all of us, forever. For a moment I thought it was the end, but I think it's still too early. We only got one special scene after all. Submerged deep into the hot water, I let a drone outside escape my lips. The feeling of seemingly every muscle in my body relaxing is euphoric. I have no idea how it's been since I had a genuine hot bath, but right now I can hardly be bothered trying to remember. If this was an anime, a girl would enter. And if this was a bad anime, a good would enter. The protagonist would hide in the water out of shame, and then he will get discovered. He will get she will find out, and he will get a slap or even worse. But probably none of those. Comes Lily, got room for one more. No shit. Well, actually she could, because what can I say to her? Don't watch me naked. She can't see me, so what's the problem, right? So I think she would be the only character excused to enter here with me. Hanako, Lily and I wandered about outside, exploring the extent of the surprisingly large tract of land surrounding the house. Then we spent the majority of the afternoon resting, watching television, reading, and playing cards. It may not have been the most exciting finale to the trip, but such tranquil peacefulness is something to savor. Even after we return to the school tomorrow, I think I remember this little house in Hokkaido for a long time. It's a pity we only have a couple more of hours to spend here before going to get the train back. All I can do is yawn contentedly, while I watch the steam slowly rising from the clear waters placid surface, my eyes eventually locking onto the ceiling. Our exams are imminent. I barely studied at all for them. I can feel you, bro. On top of that, I don't even know what I'll do after graduation. Passing exams is all well and good, but what to do? To what end? Also now, of all times, I'm getting into a relationship. What the hell am I doing? I guess I shouldn't think like that. What's done is done. And maybe this could be viewed as just another aspect of my new life that I'm working on. I enjoy being with Lilly, and there's more to life than school and a career after all. As I busily attempt to rationalize all that happened, I hear a series of rasps on the door. Wait, it's really Lilly. Is it? I pick myself up and sit upright, trying to figure out the source. 3. No more, no less. Light yet assertive in their tapping, and timed regularly enough to tune a metronome. It would be extremely surprised if it wasn't Lilly. Wait, for real? For real? May I come in? Yeah, it's Lilly. I'm still in the bath, I'll be out in a sec. I know! I know! I know! Oh, Lilly the flirter. The voice coming from the other side of the door freezes me. After a second's thought, I rest on the side of the bath and let my arms dangle over the side. Despite trying my best to play it off, I can't help letting my mind wander. Sure, come in! Oh wait, she's clothed, never mind. She's fully clothed. Well, she's clothed, I'm naked, but she can see me, so I don't think it's a problem, right? With that, she opens the door, slowly walking into the room and closing it behind her. She looks oddly calm, countering my racing heart. Hey, Lilly. Do you mind if I take a bath with you? I don't mind, go ahead. With a small nod, she begins to lift the sweater off her shoulder, baring her chest little by little. Maybe now it's the time. I could do that for you if you like. Wait, we can go a little more. Refused. Why? Yeah, why? If this was an anime... Wait, it is... anime style? Her face shows she's still not overly comfortable with getting me attended to her. I can't say I blame her. Okay, now. She continues undressing, her shirt and skirt falling to the floor and leaving her in her white lace bra and panties. Eventually, she stands bare in the center of the room. We can do... Can we... Let's see. No, okay, oh, it was the old image, okay, it appeared for a second, the old image. Nice. Yeah, that's why I risk it a lot. I risk it a lot. I wanted to crop the head. We can go here and then back, I suppose. Okay. Here we are. Compared to last time, it's a lot easier to take in the entire figure. It's a wonderful sight. Isao? Huh? You're thinking perverted thoughts, aren't you? Oh, too bad I can't really screenshot this line. I'm still screenshotting it. Here. You're having perverted thoughts. Perfect. Just perfect. Give me a break. You're undressing in front of me. Screenshot it and censor the post. Yeah, I will. She furrows her brow in thought. You know what? I'm screenshotting her fully clothed. So I can edit the dress on top of her. Show image. And screenshot. Nice. Okay, we're back. Don't be nervous, just imagine her naked. Oh wait, she's naked. She furrows her brow in thought. I guess this would be somewhat more erotic for you than me. Why? Yeah, Isao. Of course, she can't see you naked. She gives a small, light-hearted chuckle, which seems to settle her nerves a little. If this is too much for you, Isao, I can come back later. No, it's fine. I'm just a bit, well, you're really beautiful, you know. Oh, my earnest comment draws a vivid red blush from Lilly. Isao. I give a small grin. She's cute when she's taken off guard. In any case, may I come in? Oh, sure. I lean forwards and take her soft hands in mine, helping her over the side of the bath. She fills out the side of the bathtub, then slowly lowers herself in, my breath catching when she sits and leans her back on my front, her legs inside mine. I'd expected her to sit at the other end. Okay, this is safe. Well, safe, we can crop this thing. I'm not telling you where Isao hands are. Also, she's so cute, that smile. Letting out a long breath to calm myself, I rest my arms on the sides of the bath as I struggle to control my urges. You perverted thing! Far from missing the sight of her statistics, the feeling of her body against mine is surprisingly relaxing. If Lilly is so sensitive to touch, it must be all the more so for her. Oh no, really. You run your butts quite hot, don't you? That's not the only hot thing here. A bit. Do you want me to run some cold water to cool it down? She gives a small shake of her head. No, this is fine. Okay. The conversation comes to an abrupt end, silence taking over. Also, if you didn't realize it now, by what I said, Isao is using his hand. Well, is checking something, okay? Because she's a tank, right? We are the DPS and Hanako is the support. As the tank, she needs to have more armor, right? A very long and very awkward silence. Maybe this was a bit too... Don't worry, it's okay. The situation only becomes even more awkward, as if to distract herself, Lilly runs her free hand over my leg while holding me over... Okay, while holding one over her breast for modesty, like this. Okay. I sit idly watching the wall ahead of me and the rising steam, every now and again stealing a glimpse of her equipment, not really, of her figure, yeah. The white of her skin glistens as she keeps sliding her hand over her leg, their length and tone all the more obvious. You know, compared to Akira, you look a lot more foreign. I took after my mother's side, genetically. Akira took after my father's more. Yeah, I saw that, I saw. I guess that makes sense. How on earth did a native Scot and a Japanese businessman meet anyway? My mother was a journalist. She met my father while he was at a conference in Inverness. I see. Taking after your Scottish side would also explain your height, I suppose. Scottish are more tall? I didn't know. I look back at her and she nods and sighs at the ridiculousness of the situation. This is really too much, isn't it? You're enjoying it though, aren't you? In some ways, yes, I guess things turned out okay in the end. Everything is settled down. Hanako took our relationship well and we'll be going back to school tomorrow. Indeed, it's a shame to be going back so soon, but we still have our memories of this place. Memories, huh? I suppose so. We'll have to see how everything goes once we get back, but for now, I'm just glad you like me. I've been winding myself up for weeks about that, so I'm thankful for things turning out like this. She nods, leaning into me as we share the warmth of our bodies. I'm not sure whether she'll be okay with it or not, but my temptation rapidly begins to get the better of my self-restraint. Hey, Lily? Yes? How was it? The chain attack of last night, that is. She pauses in thought before looking down slightly. A delicate smile finds its way onto her lips as she blushes, her body becoming more relaxed. It's more than enough to answer the question. Even as I give a small nod in response, thoughts of the last night run through my mind. Considering the situation, I don't really think anyone would blame me. Lily, I've had better! No. Isao, your heart is beating. Her voice is cut off as I delicately place a hand on her thigh. While I'd resisted before, the memory of our first time of the chain attack is enough to make me give in. She lets her body lean into mine without a word of protest, an invitation that I'd be hard put to ignore. I place a small kiss on her neck to accept, before slowly moving my head over her smooth legs. Isao, please. Even as she says it, her mouth curls upward into a smile, her tongue caught between embarrassment and awkward giggling. Eventually, she takes off my hand in hers, one of my hands in hers, guiding it to her right part of the armor. I greatly appreciate the tentative guidance she's willing to give me. All sign of tension in her body give way. I continue to take in the feeling of her armor. Maybe one hand is still on the thigh, though. A double, yeah, okay, he has the combo. One hand on the legs equipment, other hand checking the armor. Makes a lot of sense. You need to check if the equipment is ready before a fight. He's checking, alright. Good boy. I wonder if the feeling of my hands on her is exaggerated by her lack of sight, since her other senses are so fine-tuned. She does seem to be enjoying it to a surprising extent, after all. It gives me a somewhat odd feeling, but a pleasurable one. Should we send just to be... I think we can at least cover them out. Okay, a little better. It only takes a few minutes before her body starts to squirm ever so slightly. Her efforts to stifle her sounds becoming visible as she pursues her lips. Her light-hearted, whispered protestations become noticeably more quiet. This makes me realize that all her squirming made me increasingly happy as well. Lily. Oh, now she's smiling. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, wait. Wait. Why can't I? Ah, okay. Ah, okay. Oh! Okay, Nice. I withdraw my hands to give her adult senses time to respond. Nodding, she shakingly stands and offers her hands for me to lead her out of the crumpled bathtub. And they're kissing. We should cover it. Wait, I should cover a little more. Just a little more, maybe. It appeared for a moment it wasn't really a problem, but it was kind of borderline. Okay. I'm censoring too much, but just to be sure, okay? She maneuvers herself out of the bath as I do, her hands holding each other's. Eventually, I sit beside the bathtub, the two of us fussing around a little until we get comfortable. With a small gasp, desperately constrained to avoid being audible outside. Yeah, I wonder Hanako otherwise how she would behave. She lowers herself onto me once again. She likes to be on top, right? On top of the DPA, on the tank rankings, of course, I mean. The way she moves makes it obvious that she must still be on the verge of her chain attack, of her ultimate attack. She slowly starts to move her hips up and down to charge the special move. And the tongue pinned in mine as she holds my face upwards in the kiss. I realize just how much making her happy made me happy. Hisao. Danix, don't ruin the moment! Despite her clouded eyes being shut, her tightened grip on my shoulders show that she's nearing the end of her endurance, because yeah, the enemies are pretty strong, so even if she's a tank is not immortal, so after a while the tank unfortunately starts losing health. And since Hanako is not here, she's our support, she's not enduring that longer. We need to go look for Hanako to fight more monsters, probably. I think that's a better solution. Hanako, come inside! No, wait, never mind. As our breathing becomes more and more ragged, I rapidly feel my limit approaching as well. Oh no, yeah, because now the tank is not taunting anymore because she's low. So the enemies are attacking me as well. So I'm also very low in HP. Ugh, that's pretty tough. We need Hanako as soon as possible. We need a support. A series of harsh breaths is the only warning before a final gasp of saying she's low on health. Like, you know, in Xenoblade, when someone is low on health, say, I'm low, help me! That's why they scream all the time. Her entire body tensing and her fingernails digging into my shoulders. Wait, this turn. Yeah, my Monado power hits her because I cast a shield probably, so my Monado sword hits her. Both of us frozen against each other's in the end of the chain attack. And we did the chain attack. In a few precious seconds, it's all over. The battle is won. Lilly slumping forward onto me as I try to regain myself. Yeah, they're probably pretty low in health. Oh, that was close. Now after battle we can heal finally. That was a good fight. She takes a gulp of air before replying, steadying herself as she nods. She bows her head down to give me a small kiss, my hand reaching up to hold strands of her disheveled hair as we once again sit in blissful silence. And it's the next day! Nice. Okay, we did it. We won even this battle. The battles are starting to get hard, huh? We might want to add Hisao in the battle next time. No, I'm kidding. After a chaotic dash to the station and finding our seats in the otherwise deserted carriage, we promptly crashed. Looking at the time, oh look, it's Raya. Wait, wrong game. Not really. At this point, this game is also Xenoblade. Close to midnight. It's little surprise that few take this particular train. Hanako is fast asleep on Lily's shoulder, and I can only barely muster the energy to stay awake. The excitement we had a while ago probably didn't help. I'd probably be pretty depressed about going back to school if my brain was actually working. As it is though, the sight of the nighttime scenery scrolling by is surprisingly beautiful. It's always rain time, so you can never be late. My loud yawn is nearly wholly drowned by the clacking of the train tracks and the old carriage rattling. So tired. And whose fault is it, Hisao? It's you who entered the bathtub, okay? She really does toe the line between insulting and amusing sometimes, though I managed to bring out a wary smile. I look back at the window, my reflection just visible on the clear pane. Truth to be told, she's perfectly correct. If it weren't for that little interlude a few hours ago, both of us would have a lot more energy. On top of that, we both had to take another bath, very nearly making us late for the train's departure. Ah, that's why you're late. Yeah, it was mine. Still, getting into a bath with a guy is a dangerous thing to do. Evidently. Sorry, I guess I took advantage of the situation back there. Well, I didn't exactly hate it. As she trails off, I look back at her. My eyes narrow as I see her slightly reddened cheeks and small grin. Her mind obviously elsewhere. Say it. I knew the possibility of it happening was there. I knew it, you're just as dirty-minded as I am. She quickly coats into her free hand, making her disapproval crystal clear. Oh, she pouts! That's a crude way of putting it. Oh? And you would suggest? I merely have a healthy adolescent sex drive. So in other words, dirty-minded. Almost seeming to sense the moment, Hanako mumbles quietly as she furrows her brow in Lily's lap. I hope she is not awake. Lily's look of disapproval melts away as she gently smiles and strokes her hand on Hanako's long dark hair. All I can do is watch and smile. If someone were to ask me when I fell in love with her, I wouldn't be able to answer. The best I'd be able to come up with is, it just happened at some point, but I didn't realize it. If someone were to ask me why I love her though, then I could answer much more easily. You really know Hanako, don't you? She gives a deep nod, smiling warmly. It's a pity we have to return to school. She seems to relax so much when we were all away. Talk about Hanako or school? Oh, is this important? I don't think it's wrong talking about Hanako. We are not talking about Hanako on her back. She's literally here, just sleeping. And even if you talk about another girl, it's just like a daughter for her. So I don't think it's a problem talking about Hanako. School though, I think it's kinda boring. Let's talk about Hanako. I wouldn't worry, Hanako is been gaining confidence, thanks to you. At least for as long as I've known you two. She gives a self-deprecating sigh. I think I merely provided her with my company and support. Since she came to know you, she's opened up much more, even to me. I get the feeling she's understanding her influence on Hanako, especially given that before the two came to know each other, Hanako had no friends. The friends I'd had in my previous school fulfilled what had expected of them. For the most part, simply being there for idle chatter, but Hanako and Lily there really feel to be more to their relationship. A part of me envies it, but another can't ignore the fact that the school year will eventually end. After graduation, I really have no idea what Hanako will do. Let's adopt her, please, please! This trip has shown me that how much we'll all come to depend on one another. Indeed, we're all going to have to make decisions. Maybe that's the reason why, despite our return to school, also heralding a return to the normalcy of everyday life, I can't help feeling a little restless. On the bright side, it won't take long for the summer holiday to arrive after our exams are finished. We could come back here during the summer holidays if you want. For a moment, she thinks on the notion, her face becoming somewhat distant. I can only guess she's reflecting on all that's happened here. That would be good, I think. I nod approvingly, smiling at her. Summer, together with Lily. This idea seems like the perfect way to spend our holiday. The end? Oh wait, it's the new chapter? Future! It's I cannot talk, sorry, 3 hours here. It's Xenoblade at the end! Everything is Xenoblade here. Everything! Okay, talking about the hours, yeah, I'm starting to get troubles in speaking, so let's stop here, okay? I think it's the perfect moment. I see the future! Future redeemed. Perfect, okay. No, really, I cannot talk properly now. I don't get what's my problem. Okay. I suppose it's time to end. So, we will continue next Sunday, which is Michael Primo birthday, yay! Tomorrow, I will be doing an interview with Megami Maggio. She will be interviewing me while coloring another drawing of my game. I'm very excited. I don't know if I will be streaming the interview too. I need to consider it, because it feels more like I'm a guest as an interviewed. But who knows? I still might do the stream on my side. Who knows? Okay. Also, next week we're gonna start a new game on Saturday. I think we are gonna do the Nostalgia Month, so keep your eyes on the streaming channels so we can vote. Another Game Boy Advance game, of course. That's everything for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Please stay for the raid, which will be starting now. Ooh, where do we go? There's not a lot of people online. Oh yeah, let's raid Ferky. Okay, perfect. I hope you have enough raid power. Ah, come on, almost. Yeah, okay, perfect. Thanks again for coming by, and we see ya whenever happens.